Tonight, on Tuesday night, the Rams faced off against Wachusett, a team that only had one win on the season. The Rams came in with what they needed to do. They got the win and secured victory. They did what they had to do all night long, and there were some high scores in the game as well. We'll recap the entire game for you next. Then in girls basketball, they played Millbury on Wednesday. How did they fare against the team? And as they get set for a game tonight versus Neshoba, we preview it for you. And what can you expect from the teams? We look at both the JV teams and how they're doing, as well as breaking news as we're recording this morning. Gerard Mayo reportedly is the next Patriots head coach. We bring it to you in our national sports segment.
From Shepherd Hill Regional High School, this is Shepherd Hill Sports Zone with Cameron Simpson.
Hello everyone, and thank you for being with us on what has been an extremely busy week, and we are glad you're ending this busy week with us. For those of you at Shepherd Hill, we're hoping you're enjoying your day off and getting ready for the long weekend. And for everyone else, thanks for ending your day with us. All right, there's so much to get to, and we're going to talk about it. But if you missed our special edition of the show yesterday, we're talking about Bill Belichick. Go and watch it right now. You can find it probably right under this video. So that is what we did yesterday. There's more breaking news that we'll get to after our Shepherd Hill segment. But if you never want to miss a single moment of either Shepherd Hill sports or our national sports teams, consider following us on Instagram or subscribing to us on the YouTube channel, because we will do the hard work for you. We'll bring you everything you need to know about all the national sports news as well as your Shepherd Hill team. So you'll never miss anything with us here at Shepherd Hill Sports Zone. Okay. With that said, the boys basketball team, they played a 1-7 Wachusett team on Tuesday night. This was a game that they expected to win. They were hoping they were going to do it, and they did just that. The Rams, who are now 8-1, scored the first 6 points of the game and then the first 7 points of the second half while defeating the Mountaineers, who are 1-7. This was a home game. Some huge scores did more of the hard work, but in the first quarter, Rams put up 11, only letting up 5 points, and then in the second, both teams put up 18 points, a really high-scoring second quarter, leading the Rams to a big lead at halftime. The Rams played lockdown defense in the third quarter. This was probably the most pivotal point of the game. 15-4 was the point total in the third quarter, favoring Shepherd Hill. Now, in the fourth quarter, they would let up 19 points and only score 15, but because of how great they had it in the third, they would win the game 57-46 against a team that they definitely wanted to get that win. The team leaders were Lucas Miglianico, 6 field goals, 2 3-points, and 6 free throw attempts. That leads him and the point totals with 20 total. Then it was Zach Wenningberg. Those two have kind of been a dynamic duo this season. He had 6 field goals, 1 3-point, and 1 free throw for 14 points. Another big scorer today, not maybe as much because those two took the majority, but Alexander Lanfer put up 6 points, 2 field goals, 1 3-point, and 1 free throw. Reed Zella had 8 points in the game as well, with 2 field goals, 1 3-point, and 3 free throws. That's a mouthful there. Okay, those were our high scores for the game. Tommy Hennessy had 2 points as well, and Luke Poirier had 5 points after coming off of a really huge win for them. Now they get set to play Chicopee tomorrow at 12:30 in the Chicopee gym. Chicopee's a tough team. They have only 2 losses on the season, I believe. Chicopee's 7-2 on the season. They will be the Shepherd Hill Rams will be traveling to Chicopee for this game tomorrow at 12:30 in hopes to continue to improve their season. Then they have a big game versus Westboro, who has the same record as them, going into that game, which will be Tuesday, and that one will be in the home gym. We'll be following those two very carefully. All right, then the JV teams, how did they fare versus Wachusett? JV1 lost to Wachusett 42-31, and JV2 lost to Wachusett 41-33. So that's how our boys JV team did. All right, switching gears, let's go to girls basketball and their game on Wednesday. The girls faced off against Millbury, the 5-3 Rams. Jaizy Santiago scored 22 points in the win, one of her most high-scoring games. We'll get to that in a second. But first, the Rams went down early, 15-11 at the end of the first quarter. Lots of points scored in this game. 15-13 were the points scored in the second quarter, which means Millbury put 30 points up in the first half. Big accomplishment for them. The Rams struck big in the third quarter, scoring 18 points to Millbury's 11. And in the fourth, it was 10-7 in favor of Shepherd Hill for the point totals, which means the Rams won this one 52-48. We mentioned at the top, Jaizy Santiago put up 22 points in the win. 4 of those were from the three-point line. 8 of those were field goals, and 2 of them were free throws. Ashley Dickott was not far behind, putting up 16 points in the win. 4 of those came from the three-point line. Then it was Caitlin Sullivan, one of her best games of the year, scoring 8 points. And Shaylee Zella put up 6 points in the win. Those were your scores in a big game for the Rams as they bounced back after a tough loss. They needed to get that win, and they did. The next game for the Rams is tonight at 6:30 versus Nashoba at Shepherd Hill. Nashoba this season is 3-6. And when we look at the JV teams, the girls JV did lose to Millbury 38-24. All right, finally tonight in our national sports, we do have some breaking news. Gerard Mayo is reportedly going to be the next head coach of the New England Patriots. Just basically 24 hours after the announcement was made that Bill Belichick would be leaving the Patriots, a new guy is on his way in. According to Adam Schefter from ESPN, Gerard Mayo is expected to be formally introduced as the head coach next week, but he will now become the youngest head coach in the NFL, just a month behind Sean McVay, who has held the title for years now. The Patriots now are beginning their new shift in what is next. Some people thought they may go GM first. They went coach first, and we'll be excited to see that announcement next week, and we'll be following it very, very closely. All right, thank you so much for watching Shepherd Hill Sports Zone on this Friday. 3 in a week. That's a lot. All right, we'll be back next Monday to recap the games from this weekend, as well as our other sports, wrestling and track, and see if they have any big events going on this weekend. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Good night.
Thanks for watching Shepherd Hill Sports Zone, the only place for Rams sports news.